It's Miss Brandon from the Benjamin branch of the Greensboro Public Library. These chilly nights make me think about one of my favorite stories. It's a folktale, and my favorite version is told by Jan Brett. It is called The Mitten. I hope you enjoy it. Once, there was a child named Nicky who wanted new mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first, Nicky's grandmother, Baba, did not want to knit white mittens. She warned, "Oh, no, 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 for if I make you snow white mittens and you drop them in the snow, you'll never find them." But Nicky begged, and Nicky pleaded, and finally Baba made them. After she finished, she said, "When you come home, first I will check to make sure you are safe and sound. Then I will check to make sure you still have both of your mittens." So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of those new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind, just like Baba warned. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten and he wriggled in. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking through wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not ones to argue with someone covered with prickles. They made room. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled, but when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. Next, a badger tunneled up from the snow. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. He climbed in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as they could be, but what animal would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged to many times its sizes, but Baba's good knitting held fast. Then along came a little meadow mouse, hardly bigger than an acorn. It perched on the only space left, right on the great bear's nose. The mouse, grateful to be inside out of the cold, twitched its whiskers with delight. The twitching whiskers tickled the bear's nose, and he, achoo! The animals went flying in every direction, and Nicky's mitten shot straight into the air, where it was silhouetted against the sky. On the way home, Nicky spotted the mitten and ran to catch it. Then Nicky put on both mittens and went home to Baba, where first she checked to make sure Nicky was safe and sound. Then she checked to make sure Nicky still had both mittens. The end. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that story. And don't forget, the Greensboro Public Library is open online all day, every day, with downloadable ebooks, audiobooks, movies, music, and more. Thank you.